Good morning, everyone. I hope you are all doing good and you are healthy and your families are healthy in these tough times. Today we have with us Dr. Dilip Pawar. He is scientist, ICAR, Central Institute of Agriculture Engineering. Sir is going to deliberate on a topic, a very interesting topic, business opportunities in primary processing of fruits and vegetables. So, with these words, I'll ask sir to start. He is visible as well as audible. Sir, you can start by sharing your presentation. Your screen is already being shared. You can share your presentation.
I'm
Thank you.
audible.
Let's begin. Yes, you're audible.
Now screen is visible.
Yes. You can
So
start the slideshow.
okay, now it is slideshow. I think for it is showing on full screen.
Yeah, perfect.
So I'll start, sir.
Yes, please, sir.
Good morning to the organizers of this Rajmata Vijay India Krishi Vidyalaya Gwalior, and also to the National Agriculture Development Corporation Cooperative. All the organizers and distinguished participants across the country from the different institutions, state agriculture universities, KVK, etc., and scientists at CI Bhopal. And the topic of our discussion is business opportunities in primary processing of fruits and vegetables. Our more focus will be on the primary processing rather than secondary or tertiary processing. This will be the content brief about what we are going to discuss. We will be discussing in very firstly what are the different handling practices, or you can say unit operations right after harvesting of the fruits and vegetables. Then we will see what is the supply chain, or you can say cold chain, and what are the opportunities in the cold chain. Then briefly we will discuss about the storage of fruits and vegetables. What kind of fruits or vegetables we can store, and what are the chances of or opportunities of the business in the storage and which commodities. Then next term we will be discussing, that is the minimal processing of fruits and vegetables. This is one emerging sector, new area in the processing of fruits and vegetables. Some work we have carried out at FCI Bhopal.
So
Sir,
voice.
you have accidentally muted yourself. Unmute yourself, please, sir. Perfect.
Now,
Yeah. Please continue.
okay. So I was muted from initially, or hello, hello.
From the slide you were on, no problem. No need to go to
Okay,
this.
okay. So this will be the content. We'll be discussing briefly about the what is the cold chain, what are the opportunities in the business opportunities in the cold chain. Then storage of the fruits, what type of fruits or vegetables we can store it for the some time, and how the business opportunities. Then minimal processing, this is the emerging area. Some work we have carried out at CI Bhopal. Then drying of fruits and vegetables. What commodities we can dry, how we can dry, and whether what are the chances of business in the drying of fruits and vegetables. While going through all these points, I will be focusing more on the CI developed technologies. Some technologies that we have been developed here at CI Bhopal, on the particularly on the fruits and vegetables, that we will be discussing. And also we have one agri-business incubation center, API center of CI. Some technologies have been offered in the API center also, that we will be discussing. Now, very brief introduction about the fruits and vegetables. As we know that being rich in the minerals, vitamins, and all types of the nutrients, these fruits and vegetables has been the integral part of our diet, human diet. As far as the production is concerned, we are abundant in the production. We have sufficient production. We are ranking second in the production of fruits and vegetables. This is the recent data about, we have the production of fruits about 98 million tons and about 183 million tons of the vegetables. What the issues are, the supply chain issues lies in the supply chain management. The losses that we have been talking about, the considerable amount of fruits and vegetables getting lost at different stages of the post harvest. So that is the issue. And the quality management of the what during processing, during storage, how to maintain the quality. These are the researchable issues, we can say, or the issues to be discussed by the scientific community, I can say. As far as the consumer's demands is concerned, what consumer demand is a safe food. You want the safe food, healthy food, sometimes some kind of chemical free food, we can say. And again, I present also there is era of organic kind of food. So these are the points to be taken into consideration. As far as the research focus is concerned, particularly for fruits and vegetables, what the research institutions are focusing is on advanced thermal and non-thermal processing techniques like thermal, microwave, ohmic heating, then radio frequency heating like that, and the non-thermal like pulse electric field, then UV radiations, then ozone, etc. So most of the research institutions are focusing on applications of these advanced or novel techniques for preservation, for extension of the shelf life of the fruits and vegetables. Now this is the very broad tree diagram, I can say, right after harvest of fruits and vegetables, where it is go. I have just, for the sake of understanding, I have categorized it in the four ways. One is the either it goes for the fresh consumption, another it is called as a minimal processing, it will go for the minimal processing. This is a new concept, but still sufficient amount of the fruits and vegetable after harvest goes to the minimal processing. Then third section is the processed or value-added products, which is in general occurs. That is, we prepare the jam, jelly, and n number of value-added products. In fact, this third sector of processing has been gone to the quaternary level of processing. That is, extraction of high-value compounds from particular fruits and vegetables. And another sector can be the waste preparation. This is the broad sector right after harvest where the fruit or vegetable can go. Now, as far as the fresh consumption of the fruit or vegetable is concerned, what are the operations? At left side on this flow process chart, I have listed or stepwise listed what are the unit operations for particular fruits and vegetables right after harvest. So it includes the pre-cooling, washing, sorting, grading, then ripening if the fruit is climatic one like sapota is there, mango is there, papaya is there. Then packaging, storage, and market are the general operations. Now, as per our topic of discussion is the what are the business opportunities. Now, as far as the primary processing and again the fresh consumption of the fruits and vegetables is concerned, what are the business opportunities? One term that is the cold chain. You might have heard about, you might have gone through, that is the cold chain. It is one of the project. I have some slide on particularly on the cold chain. So there is opportunity in the cold chain. It includes the pack house, ripening chamber, cold storage, and storage at the ambient temperature as well. So as far as the fresh consumption sector is concerned, one can have the business, one can have the business entity in these, that is cold chain, pack house. So briefly about the cold chain, some of the scientific terms I will be discussing with its definition or statement because some of our participants might be from other processing background. So cold chain means it is the chain right from, it is all about the right after harvest of the product from farm to the consumer. What happens to the product, particularly for fruits and vegetables, from right from harvest up to the consumer, and maintaining it at low temperature. That is temperature control chain, we can say. Okay, so it includes all the operations at farm level. That is right after harvest, we have to carry out the pre-cooling, then preconditioning, preparation, trimming, removal of unwanted part, washing, etc. Then packaging, or we can say the transport. Okay, packaging and transport also. Primary packaging, packaging the crates, etc. Like tomato, we have to pack it in the crates like that. And then comes to the transportation. So cold chain is about maintaining the temperature at primary preparation level, maintaining the temperature during transport also. Okay, then after transport right from farm, it will go to the distribution center, or you can say direct, one can directly go to the consumer, one can go to the distribution center. So also cold chain is all about the maintaining the cold chain or maintaining the temperature at distribution center also, and then further to the consumer. So cold chain includes all the operations, all the series of operations while flowing the product or commodity from farmer to the consumer, and it is all about maintaining the cold chain. Okay, now this is one scheme under PM Kisan Sampada Yojana. There are different types of schemes. You might have heard about. Some of you have been involved. So some of the schemes also, Mega Food Park, Integrated Cold Chain, etc. So one of the Mega Food Park is also successful. Many Mega Food Parks have been started. One of the scheme of this PM Kisan Sampada Yojana is the Integrated Cold Chain and Value Addition Infrastructure. Okay, and this particular Integrated Cold Chain and Value Addition Infrastructure includes the main objective is that to preserve, to create infrastructure, to maintain the quality of the fruit throughout the supply chain, okay, to deliver the safe food to the consumer, and that's all about. As far as this cold chain is concerned, operations it includes is some of the operations are at farm level, as in previous slide also we have discussed. Some of operations are carrying out at farm level, that is pre-cooling, weighing, grading, sorting, etc. We can say these particular operations may occur at pack house also. Then these are the operations, that is the multi-product or multi-commodity, multi-temperature storage, controlled atmospheric storage, packing facility, individual quick freezing. This is the new concept, that is to preserve the fruit, suitable fruit or vegetable by freezing it by individual quick freezing techniques. And then it also includes the transport. For transport, we are talking that is during transport also we have to maintain the low temperature. So that can be done by the reefer van, mobile cooling units, etc. So this is all about the components of integrated cold chain management, which is started under PM Kisan Sampada Yojana. Government is also giving subsidy, also financial assistance, also training. Also, I have some subsequent slides on that particular also. So here, who can start the business under this Yojana or under this scheme? That is, individual entrepreneur can start. Any company can start. Corporations, cooperatives, self-help group, farmer produce organization, NGO, etc. So eligibility has been clearly given under this scheme also. Now, these are also same components that we have discussed in the previous slides also. So business can be any of this particular component, or business can be the collection of one or two components, or we can say business can entire the supply, or can say cold chain management. Okay, so it includes the pack house. Okay, pack house. I have some slides on this pack house also, pre-cooling, cold room, then refrigerated transport. It includes ripening chamber also, then evaporative cooling, then storage at low temperature, particularly for onion, or you can say combination of all these components. Okay. So briefly about pack house. So one can start. We have the opportunity to start the business in the pack house also. So pack house can be started as a separate entity, or it can be integrated with the other components. So pack house means simply whatever the operations that are carried out for the fruits and vegetables right after harvest. It includes pre-cooling, washing, okay, then sorting on the basis of size, weight, color, packing length, etc. Okay. So pack house, we can say the organized management of this horticulture produce. Many advanced techniques are involved in this packing technique: automatic packing line, weighing machine, then sorting machines, etc. Many machines can be imported also. Some of the machines are being developed in India also. We also at CA Bhopal are involved in one project of development of automatic packing line. So what are the operations? Very briefly, what are the unit operations that are taking place in the particular pack house? It is the receiving right after. Generally, if production is of own, then we can have our own produce. One can hire it from the farmer also. So after receiving, its maturity assessment, then weighing, before packing, after packing. It includes the sorting. Sorting may be on the basis of defects, okay, surface defects that has happened during the handling. Then sorting is on the basis of color, sorting on the basis, or you can say grading on the basis of the size. Okay, many types of size-based graders are available. Such type of diverging well graders are available. Rotary type of graders are available in India also. But the machines can be imported also. Then washing is also one of the operation of this pack house. So generally at present also, or before that, the washing is being done by using the chlorine. Okay, chlorine is a disinfectant, but nowadays one good replacement has come to the chlorine, that is called as ozone. Okay, instead of washing with the chlorine, we can wash ozone. So these are the operations. Then waxing is the application of a coating over the surface of the fruits and vegetables. You might have visited some industry, or might have seen these operations. I will go somewhat fast through some of the slides, and later on I have some slides on the technology that has been developed on this particular aspect. Okay, then conveying, packaging also. Okay, so all these operations took place under the pack house. Now, at present, many pack houses are also running in India. About as per the data of APEDA, about 145 active pack houses are there in India. Mostly these pack houses are for the commodities like grapes, pomegranate, chili, okra, and other vegetables also. One industry you might have heard about, or some of you might have visited, that is Sahyadri Farms. This is also one of the pack houses. It is very emerging and national, international level industry that is involved in this primary processing and also in the secondary processing of the fruits and vegetables, particularly for the grapes and oils. Okay, so such kinds of units are already running, or one can have the pack house also with the help of this cold chain project, or financial assistance and training also. Now, some of the unit operations that related to this cold chain, or you can say storage, I will be discussing. Pre-cooling earlier also we have discussed. What does it means is that right after harvest, the particular product have the field heat, so this field heat has to be removed so as to extend the shelf life of the fruits and vegetables. So there are different methods of the pre-cooling, that is shade cooling, room cooling, forced air cooling, hydro cooling, vacuum cooling, ice cooling, evaporative cooling. Okay, shade cooling means simply after harvest, if farmer keeps it under the shade or can say tree, that can also be the shade cooling. Okay, room cooling and forced air cooling. Some of the industries are also providing such type of cooling systems. Okay, room cooling or forced air cooling, hydro cooling, washing. This ice cooling is also being followed, particularly in the pack houses that we have discussed earlier in sub slide. Okay, so this pre-cooling is very key treatment, we can say, in the extension of the shelf life of fruits and vegetables, because we all are discussing about this primary processing of fruits and vegetables. So in primary processing, either most of the activities are how to keep the quality or how to keep the fruit or vegetable intact as it is. Okay, so what are the possible treatments we can give to the fruit and vegetable so that it can remain as intact or as fresh as possible. So this pre-cooling is also one of the components of the cold chain project. Another, some ICAR systems or some institutions have also developed the evaporative cooling structures. Like this left one has been developed by the CPET, right one is the zero energy cool chamber developed by the PUSA. Okay, so these systems are also becoming popular. In fact, this evaporative cooling system requires the tropical conditions like low humidity, high temperature conditions, okay, or high air velocity conditions. Then another component of this project, or you can say cold chain, is the refrigerated transport. Okay, so refrigerated transport means maintaining the temperature or cold temperature during transportation also. So it is an insulated system provided with the refrigeration system. So it can include the reefer vans, reefer trucks, rails, containers, etc. Okay. So very briefly, I am explaining what are the components. Then we will go to the next entity or business entity. Recently, the IHR Bangalore have developed, since after lockdown something, IHR Bangalore have developed such kind of vending vans. Okay, so these are suitable for the transport of the fruits and vegetables after harvest or up to the consumers, and these are enabled with the temperature controls, or you can say on the basis of evaporative cooling system, so as to maintain the temperature, different capacities. So such a types of different transport vehicles are still being developed. The purpose is to maintain the quality of the fruits and vegetables in the supply chain. Purpose is to have the holistic integrated approach in the supply chain, because our main at present our main topic is we are talking about the cold chain. So it is all about how to maintain the quality, how to maintain the temperature for shelf life enhancement of the fruits and vegetables throughout the supply chain. Okay, so these types of technologies have been recently developed. So these are also important component of our project or component of the cold chain, we can say. Now comes to the cold storage. Okay, cold storage. So it is common from many, I can say, more than decades. This cold storage has been started out. Many cold storage are running also. The purpose is to store the product off season. Okay, suppose for example we have a carrot, we can store it in peak period and make available in the off season. Okay, so it includes generally it is generally the long term storage. Okay, it's built as an inventory. Okay, and different types of, like one we have visited the Snowline cold storage Bhopal. So they were storing the carrots, they were storing the chilies also, then onions also. Okay, so cold storage also, and this cold storage is also one of the component of cold storage. Government is also giving subsidy for the establishment of the cold storage. It is also giving the training to the establishment of the cold storage. At present, about 135 total projects are there of the cold chain or cold projects. Out of that, about 100 are mostly particularly for the fruits and vegetables, and these are mostly saturated in the that is Gujarat, Maharashtra, Punjab states like that. Okay. Uh, cold storage can be at center also, or cold storage at the hubs also. At hubs means at the distribution center. That is, very initially we discussed this cold chain. What is the process flow of cold chain? So this cold storage at hubs means storage at low temperature of the fruits and vegetables at distribution center, at consumer centers. So this is also one of the component. Now, in general, it is considered as, or it is recommended that also there will be the two possible business models in the cold chain. One is in the food supply and delivery system, and another is to hold the inventory in the off season. That is, this is simply storage, and this is simply supply chain. That is, we can supply with having our own production, we can purchase and we can supply it by maintaining its quality. We can have the supply of imported or trade of the imported products also. And another is simply storage. That may be cold storage or that may be ambient storage. Because ambient storage, we have some another slides also, that time we will be discussing in details. Now, as I very recently I have discussed, these are the streams started under MIDH, MOFI, okay, Mission on Integrated Development Horticulture, then Ministry of Food Processing Industries, okay, MOFI, So these are some of the cost norms. These are again, these are the at left side in the second column. All these are the components of the cold chain, and they have also provided the what are the maximum cost norms of the for a particular components. What will be the possible subsidy for that? Okay, so I am not going in detail of this, but such types of cost norms and the guidelines have already been given by the MIDH and MOFPA also. It includes all these components that we have discussed in the previous some slides. That is the pack house, pre-cooling, cold room, cold storage. Okay, different types of cold storage also, different commodity cold storage also. One thing I forgot, that is whatever the right now the cold storages are there in India, most of the cold storage are single commodity cold storage. So nowadays the focus is on to development of the multi-commodity cold storage. Okay, because that is important. We have to have the multi-commodity to make the business very visible. Okay, it includes ripening chamber also, zero energy cool chamber also. Most of the components that we have discussed in the previous some slides, that all these components have been considered in these schemes. And subsidy is also, there are different norms for the subsidy. Somewhere it is given about 35%, somewhere it is given about 50%, 75%. So I am not going again in detail of this subsidy or amount of subsidy. All the guidelines have been given by the MOFPA, and all the guidelines have been given by the MIDH also. This is the overall process for a particular entrepreneur to approach to the MIDH or MOFPA. That is, initially we have to, the particular entrepreneur have to write a detailed project report with their particular idea. Then they have to approach to the bank, they have to sanction the loan. Okay, then with all this, you have to approach to the State Horticulture Mission or National Horticulture Board. Then there will be state level executive committee. Okay, that will recommend the project. Then it will go to the Central Project Appraisal Committee, and finally, on the basis of all the recommendations, that PAC will recommend the project. So this is the broad process for the sake of discussion. Now, in this line, actually, NHB, National Horticulture Board, is also handling some of this project, because these are the slides where NHB is written. This particular project is are handled by the National Horticulture Board, that is for providing of the subsidy, then providing of the training. National Horticulture Board is providing the training to the entrepreneurs on two aspects. One is the primary processing cold storage, PHM, cold room, cold storage, ripening chamber, requirement. And another is the PHM, primary processing of fruits and vegetables. That is mostly on the that is pack house activities. Okay. Now at present, this NHB have considered or approved 4 centers. One is at CI Bhopal for training center. One is at CI Bhopal. One other is at Secret Ludhiana. One is in Baramati KVK also. And one is, I think, in Pune. Okay, so it is that is NHB suggests us to conduct the training to the entrepreneurs in these 2 projects. One is PHM, cold room, cold storage, ripening chamber, requirement. The title is, our theme is like that only. And another is the PHM, primary processing of fruits and vegetables. So we conduct our training recently in the month of March only, February only, from 17th to 22nd. We have conducted 1 week training. About 13 participants were participated in this training. All were entrepreneurs. All were entrepreneurs. Some of them are already having the cold storage, and they were in a position to expand the facilities. Some were very new, having graduate, postgraduate, and we are interested to come into the business. So we have successfully completed this training particularly on the cold room, cold storage, ripening chamber, and requirement. So this is one of the activity related to the business, and this is one of the activity of our institute also. Okay. Now, second thing, this is up to this, what we have discussed is all about the cold chain. Then second, this is also one of the component of the cold chain, that is fruit ripening, but it is considered as a different components also. So ripening is a simple process that we know. During ripening, what happens is the fruit becomes palatable, okay, sweet to eat. Then change in the color is there, change in the firmness is there. There is a conversion of starch and sugar. Okay, I am not going in detail about this science or physiology or a scientific term. Then it is particularly for the climatic fruits like banana, papaya, mango, etc. Then ripening chamber. Ripening chamber is the chamber where the particular fruit or vegetable can be ripened. And it is one of the major component of the cold chain. That is called this. It is considered a separate project also under this cold chain component. Now, one issue about this ripening, as you might have heard about it, you might have gone through, that is the ripening can be done or was being done by using the carcinogen chemical, that is the calcium carbide, okay, which has many health hazards. Okay, we have been talking about many issues, many news that we have been gone through, and it has been banned. Okay, this calcium carbide has been banned under PFA rules 1955. regulations. Okay, but still it is being used. Now, what is the option? Another option is ethyl glycol. Also, this is also have some health hazards. There are many n number of health. Cancer is the main reason of the carbide that we have been talking about. We are knowing that. Now, what is the option? Option is the ethylene gas. Okay, ethylene gas is the best option. It is a natural hormone to ripen the fruits and vegetables. It is a very sustainable alternative. It is natural and safe. Okay, then many ethylene based ripening chambers have been developed. Okay, and this can be a good business. Okay, that is installing the ripening chamber. Okay, it has two advantages. One is the employment generation, income generation, and also on the other hand, safe product can go to the consumer. Okay. Now this ripening chamber is also, this is also considered as one of the component in the cold chain project. It is also considered for the subsidy. Also, government is providing subsidy for the installation of the this ripening chamber also. Now there are different types of ripening chambers have been developed by the many institutions. Some by the Angro also. At CI Bhopal, we have developed this one ripening chamber, CI ethylene based fruit ripening chamber. It is of 1 ton capacity. Okay. In general, it takes about 4 to 5 days to ripen the fruit. Papaya, banana, or you can say sapota. Okay, for ripening, these are its constructional details. Okay, it is a that is modular one. We can dismantle it at any position and any place, and we can construct at it another place. Okay, its cost is about 2 lakh. Okay, and this has also been licensed to the 2 entrepreneurs. Okay, and they have started their own business. This is a 1 ton capacity for the demonstration or understanding. Okay, and they have also about 2 entrepreneurs have taken the license, and they have started their own business with of larger capacity. Okay, so this is very good business. One way to avoid the use of calcium carbide. One way to have the good business income generation, and to have the safe produce to the consumer. Okay, so this is very briefly about this ripening chamber. This ripening chamber facility is also available in our ABI center also, because in very first slide I was talking about the ABI center. CI also has one ABI center, and we have some of the technologies offered in this ABI center. So this ripening chamber is also offered in ABI center. Then next component is the what is the possible business will be the storage. Okay, storage at low temperature. Earlier we were talking about the cold storage, so it is also storage, and this is the ambient storage. We can store some commodity at ambient conditions. A very good example is the onion, isn't it? Because what happens is that we are talking that during the peak production, the prices of the onion goes down. Okay, again, like particularly just before 15 to 20 days before, the prices are more. And right now also the prices are higher. Okay, so there are fluctuations in the prices. So the sufferers are entrepreneurs, sufferers are the farmers also, sufferers are the consumers also. Okay, so one way is we can have the storage of onion for 5 to 6 months. So this will again do the same job, that it's to have sufficient price to the farmer also during the peak production, and also storing it for particular time, and then making it available after 5 to 6 months. So like onion, garlic. Onion is the most probable business. So in this particular in this line, we have also at CI Bhopal developed or carried out one project on the storage of onion. Okay. Now, as far as the onion storage is concerned, right now also the farmers are storing the onion. Okay, particularly in we have visited Indore and Dhar area to the some farmers. Farmers are at present also storing the onions. But in onion storage, the important thing is the aeration. Okay, how to do uniform aeration throughout the structure. So this is the key activity. So farmers were providing using the aeration, but the aeration they were using very extensively. Therefore, the physiological loss in loss in weight was very high. So that was the issue. So with this, we formulated one project, and we have developed. This is a 1 ton capacity onion storage structures. It is modular one. Okay, modular means it can be dismantled and assembled at a particular slide. The material that we have used, it is made of FRP material, fiber reinforced plastic material, which so there will be not rusting. It is lightweight, having sufficient strength. And this system is equipped with the aeration system. Okay, because this is the vertical cylindrical type, consists of 2 cage. One is the upper cage, another is the lower cage. At center there is a pipe for aeration, through which the air from this blower can go and so that there will be uniform distribution of the air. Because in onion aeration is everybody is doing. Many structures have been developed at present. Farmers are also supplying using the blower, but uniform distribution of the air is of very importance. So that is why we developed this project, and we carried out a scientific study with respect to time during the storage of the onion. This is about losses. Okay, in general we assessed, we stored it for the 6 months. Before that, let me explain the process. In the storage also, storage is the one particular operation, but it also includes the series of operations. Initially we have to have the fresh onions, then we have to descale or sort infected bulbs, we have to remove it, then filling of lower cage. Cage means this one, our lower one, then filling of upper cage, then sulfur fumigation. The two things are novel in our, one is the uniform aeration distribution system, and another is the fumigation one. Because DOGR Pune have recommended sulfur can be given to the fumigation. Sulfur fumigation can be done in the onion in order to have extended shelf life. So for sulfur fumigation, and this aeration system is automated one. We have the sensor enabled here. So with respect on the basis of the humidity and temperature, when the required temperature, when the temperature is more than the required, the blower will on and off like that. So it is an automatic system also, one of the feature of this technology. Then immediate discharge, because during storage it is not like that we have stored the onion at one time, and after 5 to 6 months we can remove it. In between it has to be removed. Okay, in between that upper layer, dry peppery layer becomes dry, and that has to be removed. That is called as descaling operation. Right now it is being done manually. We have also developed one machine for this also. Then filling, fumigation, automation, etc. So this is the general flow process chart. The losses that we are talking about, we found that in general the total loss in our system is about 22%, which is at present at farmers level about 30 to 40%. Like this is one other machine, that is descaling machine. That is up during storage, that the upper layer becomes dry, and that has to be removed. So kind of cleaning mechanism here. So this was earlier it was done by manually, so we have developed this machine also. This is one of the component of this onion storage also. So this is another one. This is the demonstration of our system also. And this particular, this onion activity we have offered in our ABI activity also. Okay. Very recently we are talking about the ABI activity of CI Bhopal. So one ripening chamber is also there. Another is the this onion storage structures. Earlier it was 1 ton. This 1 ton can be scaled up to 5 ton, 3 ton, etc. So like that we have developed one 3 ton onion storage structures also, and we are offering this system in our ABI center also. Okay, these are some cost calculations about it, because this is 3 tons. Purpose of giving ABI means the particular entrepreneur have to come over here. You have to study, you have to learn, you have to find out what are the possible issues, what are the possible limitations. You have to learn the process, and then you have to go for the establishment of his own business. So for that we are offering it. These are some of the calculations we are offering about this 3 tons capacity. So in per month we are charging the particular activity about 2,000 rupees. Like that. It is based upon the calculations. Okay. These are the some of the cost issues. For 3 tons, how much cost? Because in this case, in our ABI center, this labor charges, fumigation, descaling charges has to be offered. Other charges has to be offered by the incubator. So it will come about 1017, and about net return will be about 3. These are not more returns, but just during learning also this incubator may be in the profit. So this is another ABI activity. These are our some other terms conditions. That is what raw material he has to hear like that. Then he has to follow the regular hair facilities also. So very recently we have applied this on the website also, and many entrepreneurs have applied for this particular activity. And right now we are in the position to shortlist the candidates. We will be interviewing the candidates, and we will be using the facility like that. Okay. Now we will go to the next. Okay. Next is the minimal processing. Very recently or very first that we are discussing about the minimal processing. This is also one of the another activity or processing activity of the fruits and vegetables. So the name itself indicates the meaning. Minimal processing means processing it minimally, and it is emerging sector, because what happens is that nowadays the lifestyles are changing. Okay, increased income, and lifestyle changing means we do not have the time. Okay, the families are nuclear. Okay, both husband and wife are working, and at the evening we will cook the fruit or vegetable. We will make the ready, particularly for the vegetables for the cooking. Okay, so for that, what consumers demand is the something that is ready to cook or ready to eat. Okay, So minimal processing is all about making the fruit or vegetable ready to cook or ready to eat. So for that, earlier also at present also in malls also we are purchasing these minimal processed vegetables or fruits. Like for example, this pineapple, that is the outer peel is being removed, then it is sliced and packed in a particular attractive packet, and that is called as ready to eat. Vegetables, cauliflower, that outer leaf is being removed, and the florets are being packed in a packet, that is for ready to cook, like that. So earlier also it project was there, or this activity is there as a one of the activity of processing of fruits and vegetables. Plant machineries were not there, so we have developed some plant machineries at CA Bhopal. So this is the process flow chart of this minimal processing. Okay, what will the possible operations, unit operations of this minimal processing of fruits and vegetables? So it includes in general other operations also: pre-cooling, washing, then preparation. Preparation means removal of inedible parts like roots, leaves, etc. Then comes cutting, peeling, or trimming. Okay. Then treatments. After cutting, we are giving the treatment. That is treatment with the washing. It can be given earlier. It is given by the chlorine, but instead of chlorine, we can give the ozone. Ozone is a good alternative to chlorine. I have some slide on the ozone also. Then after cutting, surface drying, washing, weighing, UV treatment. Okay, filling into the pouches. After packaging also, cut vegetables is treated with the ozone. That surface water is drained out, then it is sealed. After sealing, treated with the UV, because UV is also one of the disinfectant. It kills many microorganisms on the package also, on the product also, and then storage or market. Okay. I am audible, sir. Hello.
Yes, sir, you are.
Okay, okay. Just two, three technologies are remaining. That I think about half time we have completed, more than half. So this is the plant machinery that we have developed over here for minimal processing. This includes all machines together. This is washing cum treatment pack. It includes initial washing also and post cutting washing also. Then cutting machines. Okay, these are the cauliflower floret cutter. This is multi-purpose vegetable cutter. I have another slide. So these are all machines in together. We will be discussing step by step. So with respect to this flow chart, one of the operation of this minimal processing is the washing. Okay. So washing is recently in the COVID also the awareness has been increased. Okay, though it is a very common operation, but everybody is nowadays very aware about this washing operation, because how the particular fruit or vegetable has to wash, which disinfectant has to be used. Okay, so that like. So as far as the washing is concerned, in general, the chemicals like chlorine, sodium bicarbonate disinfectants are used. Ozone is also good alternative for this. As far as the machineries are concerned, there are different types of washers are already available. Many industries are supplying different types of washing systems. That is, this overhead washer or say rotary washing systems are being supplied. Now, initially, after we are discussing this flow chart. Okay, so harvested fruits will come to the pre-cooling, washing. After washing, then comes to the preparation. Preparation means what? Or you can say preparation cutting can be combined also. That is removal of this leaf part, removal of this outer part. Okay, so preparation means making product from this to like this. That suppose we have to have the salad, then this can be sliced into this way. Suppose we want to have the for the halwa, gajar halwa, then we can have preparation or cutting like this. Okay, then this cauliflower floret cutter will be converted into like this. Okay, so for pineapple, this is the preparation. Okay, the picture shows how what is the preparation, or you can say cutting does it once. Okay, now one way is the manual, and many places it is being done by the manual also. Another way is the machine. Okay, what about machine? Now in the market, some of the machine has already been developed, like this red one, that is the multi-purpose vegetable cutter. It is already available in the market. Many industries are are supplying these machines to this type of vegetable cutter. So it is suitable to cut the fruit or vegetable in a multiple way. Like carrot, it can have the slices. Carrot, it can be cut into the shreds, cubes, etc. Just we have to change the disc. At center there is a disc, and by using the suitable disc, we can cut the fruit or vegetable into the required form. Okay, so this is another one cutter survey. One cutter was not available in the market, cauliflower floret cutter, that we have developed this right one, that is called as cauliflower floret cutter. So it does the operation of that cauliflower floret part. It is cutting into small pieces, which we are doing in the home. Okay, so this is all about cutting. Now what we have discussed is initially pre-cooling, washing, preparation, cutting. Then comes to the treatment. After cutting, we have to give the treatment, and in fact we have to wash it. Okay, and that washing with the ozone is very good alternative instead of using the chlorine. Okay, so ozone is a new actually, it is a powerful antioxidant. That is, oxygen can be converted into O3, ozone, by using the ozone generator systems. This is a schematic diagram. This is here the oxygen concentrator, and this is ozone generator. So, it by means of a corona discharge. Corona discharge is one physical mechanism. By this way, this oxygen can be converted into ozone, and then this ozone can be used as a oxidant in the gaseous form or also in the liquid form, aqueous form, that is dissolving it into the water. So this ozone inactivates microorganisms, it removes the toxic substances, it extends the shelf life of fruits and vegetables. You will find many research papers that this ozone has been found suitable to extend the shelf life of the fruits and vegetables. It also reduces the substantial amount of the mycotoxin also. This is the system that we have purchased, because in this project some systems we have purchased which are ready-made available in the market. So this is left one is the ozone oxygen concentrator, and right one is the ozone generator, what we have shown in this schematic one. So this is the ozone generation system. This is one treatment tank initially, very first in this slide. No, this central washing from treatment tank will be look like this. It will have the containers to contain the material. Overall, the plant is about 100 kg capacity. So there will be water at center. There is a diffuser through which the ozone gas will come, and it will dissolve in the water. So that water will become ozonated, and then the particular fruit or vegetable that can be dipped into this container, dipped into water, and particular treatment can be given. So this is the way of treating the fruit and vegetable by the ozone. Okay, so this is it actually. I shall not go in detail about this. There is while giving the treatment of the ozone now, its concentration and time is important. So how to judge the concentration? This is one kit, just like the pH meter. No, like that the color of water will change, and we can judge how much concentration of the ppm of the particular ozonated water is there. Okay. Similarly, another way, like pH meter, digital pH meter, we have ORP meter. So this ORP can be calibrated, correlated with the concentration, and we can also judge the concentration of the ozonated water by using the ORP meter also. Okay. This is the calibration part. I will not go into. Then next operation. Next operation is after. See, initially we have cut into suitable product. Then we have washed it. Okay. After washing, that surface motor. Suppose we have this cauliflower chlorate over here. These are treated with the water. Then it will be having surface moisture on it. That has to be removed. So that can be done by the spin dryer. Okay, spin dryer is there. Centrifugal washer is there in the market. This is a vertical kind of machine which is fixed in the container. It will be rotating at high speed. So that surface water will be drained out. Okay, so this is the machine for removal of the surface water. Okay, it will be rotating at about 700 rpm, and this water will be removed. And then next operation comes with the packaging. Okay, after packaging, there are different types of packaging systems are available in the market. This vertical type, continuous type of band sealers are there, and we can pack it. Okay, after packaging, next treatment comes with the UV treatment. Okay, very initially in flowchart we were discussing about the UV treatment. So UV is actually a electromagnetic radiation. It is a particular spectrum of the radiation. UV ranging from about 100 nanometer to about 11, or you can say about 400 nanometer. Okay. Again, it can be categorized as UVB, UVC like that. Okay. But UVC having a wavelength of 200 to 270 nanometer is considered as a germicidal, has germicidal applications. So it can kill the many microorganisms, surface microorganisms. Okay, of food, package, etc. Okay, so this is very good. This is a green technology. Like ozone is also green technology. Okay, this can be used in the post-harvest handling or processing of fruits and vegetables. This is the mechanism of generation of this. How we can generate the UV artificially also. Okay. UV has many applications like hormesis. Hormesis means it will increase the immune system. In fact, okay. In other words, we can say it will increase the immune system of the fruits and vegetables. It controls the senescence, control the ripening. It can control the color, disease, firmness. Also, it can maintain. Okay, many applications are there of the UV. So, in line with this, we have in that particular project we have developed this chamber. It is called as UV treatment chamber. Okay, it consists of the two conveyors. One is upper conveyor, another is lower conveyor. Installed with the UV lamp. Okay. Let me on the fan. Actually, I make the fan. Because of the noise issue, I was in earlier kept fan off. So okay, so this is the UV lamp actually. So after packing, we can treat the sample. Okay, this is a conveyor. So the fruit will pass, or packet of the fruit in bulk or in packet will pass over this conveyor and it will be treated. We can adjust this dose of the UV light by adjusting the rotational speed or by adjusting the distance. Okay, so this way we can give the UV light so that the sterilization of packet occurs, sterilization of the product occurs. Okay, these are other design specifications. What are the capacity, speed, length, etc. of UV length. This is the way of measuring the UV intensity. Okay, by varying the distance, we can have different intensities. Okay. Now, very briefly, I will go through the experiments. Okay, all these about the machinery. Earlier, I was talking about this machinery of this minimal process, and then these are some of our results of the experiment. That is ozone concentration. We have gone carried out experiments at different concentrations, different time of exposure, different UV density. Okay, different sizes, etc. So these are the operations that we have treated with 1 ppm ozonified water, 100 ppm of sodium hypochlorite for just comparison, etc. Okay, we have used different packaging materials also. These are our experiments on the carrot. Okay, carrot converted into slices and toasted. Because after in this case, one thing is that we are doing reverse thing, isn't it? Because we are cutting, we are removing natural exposure. So how many days it will retain, that is important. So that study we have carried out. These are some of the studies. That is firmness, it can be retained well. In fact, firmness of the ozone is more superior than the control and other chemical treatment, hypochlorite treatment. Color is basically more for the hypochlorite, but it was more than for the color of control sample. These are the samples. This is control one, this is chlorine one, and this is ozone treatment one. So in general, we found that after cutting also, after minimal processing, this minimal processed products with ozone treatment can be kept about 11 days in polypropylene. Okay, it means about 2 weeks. Okay, so these are some of the experiments. Very briefly, I will go through. In the similar way, we have carried out experiments for the cauliflower. Okay, so cauliflower we found in general about 14 days shelf life after cutting, minimal processing. Cabbage threads we carried out. For this also we found about 2 week shelf life. This is controlled browning will occur. This is treated with the ozone and UV. So combination of ozone and UV will again extend the shelf life of particular fruit or vegetable. Okay, so this is all about what I have discussed about the mini processing is some of the machineries. What is the process? What are the different machineries? Some of our experimental findings. Now, as far as the business is concerned, this is very good business. From initially we are talking about that is changing lifestyle and this there will be growing market for this minimally processed products, particularly in the urban area, isn't it? Where the families are nuclear, where all the members of the house are working, they will be want ready to eat or ready to cook, isn't it? So that is why in coming days also this is the growing business, we can say economy decision. For this plant that we have has a capacity of 100 kg per hour. Overall capital investment is about 10 lakh. Working capital is about 5 lakh per month. Profit. This is also involved in the heavy activity. Next that I have seen. This particular project has been offered under CIAB activities. Recently, some of the entrepreneurs have also applied for this business, and we are shortlisting the candidates, interviewing the candidates, and then we are offering this facility to the entrepreneurs. In fact, it is good to say, happy to say that this has already been used by one entrepreneurs also in Bhopal. Also, he have used about 1 year, and now he is in position to start his own business. So another activity is also involved in the ABI also. Third sector, we are discussing from this very first pie chart, that is what are the possible handling operations of the fruits and vegetables right after harvest. So another is the processed product. This is not the topic of discussion of our this particular lecture, because this is the secondary, this will include secondary or tertiary processing, but this is another, and there are different types of industries like pulping industries, pulp extraction industries, juice making industries are there. So these are the possible products. What are the products in processes? That is canning line, preparation of jam, jelly, etc., pickling line, then dried products and extraction. Okay, drying we can consider it as a primary also or secondary also. Okay, now we are almost at to the last sector or last handling operation for these fruits and vegetables. Another way of preserving fruits and vegetables is the drying of fruit. Okay, So purpose is to preserve fruit, purpose is to make the product available in the off season. Okay, generally the grape drying, plum drying, okay, vegetable potato slices, moringa leaves, etc. are the products that are dried. In line with this, we have carried out some work at CI Bhopal on the process technology for production of the resins, chemical free resins. You might have heard about at present the resins that are being prepared are by use of the chemical process. Okay, that is grape bunches are dipped in a chemical, then it is kept for the drying. So in general, the drying time is also longer, about 13 to 15 days are required. Then, as far as the grape is concerned, we know that initially also during production, different so many chemicals are used for its cultivation also. Then the number of drying days are required are also higher. Okay, so there were issues, and we thought that can we avoid. So this is the export of the India's resins is very low. Okay, then issues of having cap stems, etc. So we also carried out the survey also, like this way. They are using the chemical of ethyl potassium carbonate, dipping the grape bunches in this solution, then keeping for the drying. The use of chemical was intensive. There were no guidelines also, and the drying time is also higher. Okay, these days some spoiled berries are there that will cause more, spoilage will spread also. Okay, like this intermittently also that has to be spread. So this way after drying also we saw that whatever the chemicals they were spraying, they were dipping, they were depositing on the surface of the resins also. So, like this palm sulfidation is actually, it is being discouraged, but still it is being used in the process. So sulfidation has to be discouraged. So in line with this, we thought of that can we avoid this use of chemical. So as an alternative, we have developed one chemical-free process. Recently only we have completed this project. So we have avoided the use of chemicals in this entire process. Our process is different. It includes basically this is the overall process. Rather, I mean, and this particular activity is also there in the agribusiness incubation. So this is particular the process. Grapes. Initially, we are debunching the grapes. For that, we have developed one machine. The machine has been developed in such a way that the intact berries will be separated. Another is that the grapes grown for the resin purpose are having higher bricks, thin in bunches. So debunching will be there. Another is the abrasive pretreatment system. Because on the surface of the grapes there is a waxy layer, and that is why the natural drying will not occur. So for that, as an alternative to grape, we have developed another machine. And then drying, we have carried out drying in solar dryer also, sun dryer also, shade dryer also, and we have evaluated the quality. So these are the entire process. There is no use of any chemical. We found that the drying time is reduced by 30 to 40%. The cost of processing, because chemical cost is reduced, so processing cost may go down. And if our production is organic, if somebody is producing organically, then our final product may become organic. Okay, and this is also offered in CI ABI Center also, chemical free process, and this is also being handed over to the particular entrepreneurs for the study the process and then to start his own business. These are some technical aspects. We have capacity of about 300 kg. These small capacity, all the activities under they are small capacity. Later on, they can be scaled up. So this is the economic details: how much time will require, mandates, etc. Labor cost, like that onion structure, same will be for grape. In general, in one season, about 1.25 lakh can be earned on this basis of our 300 kg capacity facility. Okay. So with this, what we have discussed is very first, let me sum up. Very first, we have discussed introduction only. Then we've seen what are the possible ways, or we can say operations after harvesting of the fruits and vegetables. What is cold chain? We have discussed opportunities in the cold chain, different components of the cold chain. Then government initiatives or subsidies being provided by the cold chain, MOFPI, then MIDH, etc. Then we also discussed about cold storage, then training activities on the cold storage and the associated activities. Then we discussed about ripening chamber, the opportunities in the ripening. Then we also discussed about storage, okay, particularly onion storage and opportunities, business opportunities in the onion storage. Then we discuss one emerging area that is called as minimal processing. What are the plant machineries? What is the process? Okay, what are the novel techniques like ozone, UV, etc. And at last we discussed one drying activity, a drying project, that is preparation of chemical-free process resins. Okay, so in general, opportunities are there. Opportunity business, one can have the business in the supply chain, cold chain. Okay, one can start own activity like alone ripening chamber, or one can have whole supply chain. And storage, cold storage is also there. The training is also being given on the cold storage, and this cold storage activity is being encouraged by the government. Many entrepreneurs, new entrepreneurs, are also in a position to start the cold storage. Okay, recently that training I shown you one slide. No, there were 13 participants. So all these 13 participants are in a position to start the cold storage. So like that training activity, capacity building is also being done. Emerging minimal processing is an emerging sector. It has great opportunity, so one can have that also. Then many green technologies, like green technologies means like ozone, UV, etc. That has many applications in these fruits and vegetables. Consumer demands, obviously, from very first we have been discussing that consumers want something safe. Okay, so that is rather than having the wash with the chlorine, that will be better to wash with the ozone, like that. Okay, so consumer demand is safe, so we have to focus on the green use of the green technologies. Okay, chemical free technologies. Okay, so these are the issues, and agribusiness incubation is in fact many institutions also might have this agribusiness activity. So agribusiness activity is one good platform for the new entrepreneurs to come over here, use the technologies developed by the particular institutions, and then to go for their own start of the business. Okay, so with this I conclude. I have tried to conclude mostly technologies that I have tried to conclude that are primary processing. Okay, primary processing of the fruits and vegetables, and more focus I have given on the CI developed technologies. Apart from this, there may be other businesses also, like drying of processing of this pomegranate. Okay, there is a separate ICAR NRC center on pomegranate. They have also developed many technologies, that is extraction of the aerials from the pomegranate and keeping it for the making by anardana, making juice, like that. And custard apple, extracting pulp from the custard apple, pulping it. So like that, other business may be there, but more focus I have kept on this CI developed technologies, and particularly for the cold chain. So with this, I conclude this presentation, and then we can have some discussion. Thank you for listening. Sir? Hello? Hello, sir? Hello, Nisar, sir?
Hello.
Hello? Hello?
एक सेकंड थैंक यू हेलो
Hello?
जी बताइए
Yes, I have completed the presentation now.
if you have any question you please ask me, sir. Any questions?
Yes, only question or
What
discussion?
Sir, UV chamber having some side effects?
No,
UV
there are
chamber.
no. Important is that we should not cross the recommended doses. In general, about 0.25 to 0.45 kilowatt per centimeter square is suitable for fruits and vegetables. So, and another is that safety issues. While working with the UV, we have to have all the safety precautions, apron, goggles. Directly, we cannot expose to the UV. We have to use safety goggles. Then we have to have that. With good technology, and many institutions have also developed. And this particular chamber that we have developed purpose was to develop after package how to keep package for both sides. So for that purpose, we developed.
Hello.
Sanjay, yes, sir.
Hello, Dilip sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Am I audible?
Yes, audible.
Yes. Thank you, sir. Very nice presentation, sir. But one thing is, sir, India is the second largest fruit producing as well as vegetable producing in world. Am I right, sir?
Yes.
Yeah. Although, what are the constraints towards increasing the GDP contribution?
Yes, actually I'm not got your question.
Not clear, sir. Yeah, I would like to know what are the constraints or problems towards increasing the contribution of fruits and vegetable export.
Okay. So
Yeah.
issue from very first slide, I put one point was there, that is in the supply chain management. Okay, India they have to increase the infrastructure of the supply chain management so as to
Yeah.
so that this cold chain shall not break. Okay, so on one side the quality of the product may be maintained, losses may be reduced, and on another side one will have the business also. Okay. So one issue that is particularly for this primary processing, that infrastructure in this cold chain or in the supply chain management, there are constraints also. How to maintain the cold chain? Broad cold chain we have to maintain, rather than the one particular component. That
Yes,
is what
exactly.
does me also.
Yeah, exactly, sir, exactly. But most of the farmers from our Indian level means particularly from Maharashtra, if I think, they are very means unaware about the high-tech technology in the handling and processing of fruit and vegetables. For this purpose, what we can do for the change their attitude or awareness of the farmers, or is there any promotions or
Yes.
promotions facilities for them?
Yes, yes. So that is what I was discussing. That is this MOFI, NHB are dealing with many projects. Like one I have shown note, we have conducted one training. NHB is providing training, okay, training to the new entrepreneurs. They are giving subsidies. Giving the subsidy means promoting about 75% subsidy is being given, okay, along with training. Okay, so that way one have to approach to the available, the organizations that are providing subsidies, that are giving the technical inputs. All it said that there are many novel techniques. Like in training, that 30% participants come over here. We have carried out the practical demonstrations of all these technologies. I have discussed over here, like storage, ozone, refining, etc. So that way one have to approach to the organizations, training centers, etc. to learn this
Yes.
knowledge and then adopt it into their business.
Yes, that's all, sir. Thank you. Huh? Thank you, Dilip, sir. Thank you.
Good afternoon. This is Ali Hussain from Andhra Pradesh. May I add something?
Yes, sir, yes.
Sir, previously asked a question related to the fruits and vegetable export depends upon the antibiotic resistance levels
You are not clearly audible.
Hello?
Yes, sir. You are audible but not clearly audible.
Yeah, as per previous participant is asking regarding the fruits and vegetable exports.
Okay.
Due to the main reason, the fruits and vegetables hold the antibiotic residue levels are increased in Indian fruits and vegetables. That's why only the exports are denied.
Yeah, that may be the reason. See, there are many scientific constraints, some commercial constraints, some other constraints.
Until unless we remove the antibiotic residue in the food product, there is no exports are accessing.
Yeah. Yes, you are right, sir.
That is the main constraint for Indian fruits and vegetables and food commodity problem. Thank you.
I'm giving my mobile number and email ID over here. We can have later questions. If you have some query, we can have later questions also. In chat box, I have given my email ID, mobile number. Okay, anybody else, sir? Where is organizer? I think. Yes, sir. Hello. Hello. Yes, anybody else? If do not have any question, then we can directly conclude. I think organizer.
Hello.
Yes, go in here.
Yeah.
Nice presentation, Dr. Dilip Pawar. It was very informative, and there are a lot of technologies developed, and you have explained very nicely. I would like to ask if there is possibility to use the UV in preservation of sugarcane juice.
Sugarcane juice, I think there may be chances of browning actually. Browning is the issue. We can try also, no problem, but already as such, preserving the sugarcane juice is very difficult. Browning or fermentation may occur. That actually nobody have carried out work. One can explore it.
Okay. Thank you.
I saw Sanjay Bangre sir also. Nice to see you, sir.
Okay, Pawar sir, very nice presentations and
Okay.
all informative information shared all of you. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. It was good platform to discuss. I think the organizer is not here. I think we can end it. Or let me call organizer. Majid over there. Hello. Sir, I have completed my presentation and even discussion also. Okay, okay.
Uh, any other questions, participants? Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Somebody is writing in Dropbox how to increase the shelf life of strawberry.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you, Dilip, sir, on behalf of NADCL and participants and Al Najah. Thank you very much. It's a nice presentation. Participants, we will leave now. Dilip, sir, we can also leave now. Second session will start at 2:30. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. So shall I close? Thank you.
Yes, sir. Please close meeting.
Thank you.
Participants, you can also left.